Next, we've got this project management, project planning and management. Project is a temporary endeavor to achieve a particular aim. We've got a project lifecycle. Number one, if you have any project, we conceptualize, we make a plan, execute, terminate. Do you guys know what we mean by conceptualize? Set objective goals and objectives. Project goals and objectives. Planning, you organize facilities and equipment. Personnel, task, schedule. Execution, you begin actual work on the project, and then termination, that's when you turn it over to the end user. Anyone can give me an example of a project they are working on now? No projects going on now?
We were doing a training plan.
Yeah, so we're doing the training plan, okay? Number one, this is the amount of financial resources. At the beginning, you need a few money, plan, more money, execution, a lot of money, termination, you reach the end. So that's the amount of financial, material, resource, commitment, and time for the project. In the conceptualization, you start to get the big picture. What are we going to do? What training? What budget? What schedule?
Yes.
Okay?
And based on what?
And then you're going to start planning. You start to do little details. For example, what facility, what equipment's needed, what needed personnel, assign the duties, what goals you want to achieve. You put a schedule, you coordinate individuals and team efforts in the planning stage. And then you actually do it. Monitor progress and you take corrective actions. So you start the training, and then if there's anything wrong, you fix it. And you also get the client expectations. We want to get this training, so you actually do it. Complete project on time, and you want to do it within the budget. And then you finish. Okay, so this is a little detail, big picture. You turn the project to the client. Let's say you finish this training. You give the client, whoever requested the training, you identify new project opportunities. You guys are okay with this? Great. Now, in addition, with the project management, we get now software. Software, it helps us. It implements attribute flexibility and transparency. Now we've got this, yesterday you talked about SharePoint. SharePoint is also good for project management when you can also give you more transparency. Identify the schedule needed to do the activities, so you can put it on a schedule. Dynamically shift priorities and scheduling. So this software, it can help you see what priority on each one of these activities. Provide critical path analysis. If you use Microsoft Project, you can search under Microsoft Project critical path analysis, and it tells you what is the critical path for your project. Provide flexibility for a plan modification. So it tells you, you can modify your plan, you can make this earlier, you can make this later. Microsoft Project will also you can set the priority level. You can manage all resources flexibility. For example, you can put the resources you have, money, time, people, into Microsoft Project, and you start to control all of the information on Microsoft Project. So you can see there on the steps, you say, let's say, decorate the branch. The responsible, you can put the person responsible there. And the amount of money needed, you put it into Microsoft Project. And then you get report. Let's say the report, how much money will be spent on the branch Hadda. It will give you all the expenses for Hadda, including the decoration. If it asks you, I want person X, it will tell you all activities person X has to do, whether it is in the decoration or in any other branches. You want to see what you see. So it can give you very good information management for each project. People, money, resources, time.
So each project should have software?
I advise everyone get Microsoft Project installed on your computer. If you need help, you can come here tomorrow morning and see Mr. Adnan. He's our IT person in the room 103 or 102. Just search for the IT department, and they will install it for you, and then you can just get a YouTube tutorial. Or maybe go to the tutoring center and see any of the tutors who's expert with Microsoft Project. Maybe these people can help you. Okay?
Sir, regarding projects.
All right, here we've got project management guidelines. Projects are schedule driven, results oriented. Do you guys know the word results oriented? This is the most important word in your MBA program. Results oriented. The big picture and the little detail are of an equal importance. Project planning is very necessary, it's not a luxury. Project managers know the motivational power of a deadline. Do you guys think deadline has a motivational power?
Yes.
Very powerful. When is your deadline for the paper of this class? Sunday midnight. See, power of graphic planning, scheduling, control. We have flowchart. Anyone have seen a flowchart before?
Yes.
That's when you arrange events in an order of their actual or desired occurrence. So it's more a flow. It eliminates waste steps and activities, work simplification,
So this
and
flowchart-
an art useful for
flowchart-
identifying task components and in TQM. Do you guys know what's TQM?
flowchart
Total
is
Quality
a-
Management.
is a plan.
And potential problems, they do not indicate the time dimension, and they are not practical for complex operations when several activities occur at once. Let's look at an example of a flowchart. This is a flowchart. You can see here there is no time, and it is for more simple things. If there are a lot of activities that happen at the same time, it becomes difficult to do it on a flowchart. But what's great about flowchart is you can see the actual activities and which one goes after what. In this example, this is the start. You want a new vehicle. If yes, then you go buy a new sedan. You buy a new sedan. If yes, then you shop for the right model and the right price. If you don't need a vehicle, then this is where you go. You service your old vehicle and then you stop. If you don't want to buy a new sedan, you buy a sports coupe. If not, you buy a new four-wheel drive. If not, maybe you stop. If yes, you shop. So it kind of gives you the steps. Anyone have this in their workplace?
Alternative choices or what?
Show you alternative choices. Okay. If you have something in your workplace, this will be a great part of your presentation. So you stand up here in your project, you say, hey look, this is what we do, our flow chart. This is what it does. This way you enlighten everyone else in the class to see what you do. And maybe for you can get an idea, oh, this is a great idea, maybe I can do it in my workplace. If you think about your job, can you do anything like this as a work flow? Yeah, you think about what can you do, and then, if you do it, become better management. Because here you can see exactly, anyone come new, they can see the flow chart, and then based on that, they will understand what to do and what not to do. That's one. Now the second is the Gantt chart. Gantt chart is and by the way, this flow chart, there are also some software that does it for you. Now the Gantt chart, it's a graphical scheduling technique historically used in production operation. It is useful for large projects when time for each activity can be specific and progress assessed. And potential problems, it is overly complex endeavors are too cumbersome for Gantt charts. If you have something that is very complex, sometimes Gantt chart doesn't help much.
So what is the difference between Gantt chart and
This is the Gantt chart. The Gantt chart, it has the steps,
time?
and you have here the time. And then it shows you this step, it takes from this time to this time. Here, it takes you this time. This take this time. Here, this time. Building a drive, you will start it here, and this is
What
what you do.
we are going to do is like this.
Yes. Microsoft project, it does a Gantt chart.
Or it's not like articles or something.
It will do a Gantt chart, in a Microsoft project will do the same thing. Just like the one I just showed you. Did you see this? See, this is an exactly, I already closed it. Anyway, this is what Microsoft will show you.
The same thing like this.
Yes.
In addition to articles.
No articles. What articles?
I mean,